Okay, the next section of the week 9, October 1921, the weekly syllabus, is the chord progression. It's the same what we have done already, but I'm going to ask you to quiz yourself. What I mean by that, you just can write the random order of the scale of the majors, and with the metronome, like for example within the 4-tick range, when you finish one, you just jump to another one. Like knowing the key signature, it's a challenge for you just to quiz yourself on a key signature. For example, if I do C major, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I want to go to A flat major. Ready, go. For example, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, E major. 2. You can write on the random, you can write on the paper the random order of it, not circle of the 5. 2, 3. For example, D flat. I really recommend you to practice this way. It's just again challenge for you just to changing the key signature instantly. Otherwise, yes, you can go in a circle of the 5th and play all of them in order. Remember that the voicing won't change, depends on the major. Doesn't matter what major you do. In transition from 1 to 4, 6, 4, what happens? The top goes whole step up, the middle goes half step up, the bottom stays. It's the common note. And in transition from tonic to 5, 6, 5 or 5, 7, the top stays, the middle goes half step up like before, and the bottom slides half step down. It will be always like that, no matter how many sharps or flats you have in a key signature. F sharp, for example, same thing. Just to either while you're playing you decide where you want to go and give yourself like limited time to prepare. For example, again 4 beats. Once you finish, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then start the next one. So C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, F sharp major. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. B major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that will be the chord progression part. The next section of it is the practical method for beginners, which I already played for you. And the last thing of that week will be the harmonization on the page 107 of PDF Alfred book. So the Alfred book page, PDF page 107, once you open it, you're gonna see 3 parallel voicing going. So you have bass and treble clef, which we call grunt staff, the bracket which connects the bass and the treble clef, that's what it calls grunt staff, means playing hands together. So you're going to separate only the top number 1 part, just the treble clef, and harmonize with the chords what's indicated above. All of them needs to go in a root position. Remember the type of the threads, major, minor, augmented, diminished. So here you're gonna have to play only major and minor. And the differences between major thread and minor thread, the middle note from the major to minor has to be shifted half step down. Or remember the intervals, major third, minor third creates a major thread. The minor thread, it's a minor third and major third. By moving the middle note half step down from major to minor. So we have the key signature. What we do, it's in F major. So I'll be playing for you. We have F, G minor. The G minor for F, it's a second chord, which we call supertonic. 1, 4, 5, remember those are the primary chords, and the minor chords. The primary chords are the major ones. The minor chords are 2, 3, and 6. Here we have second and we have the 6. Yeah, second and the 6. Those are the secondary chords. We don't count the incomplete measure, and after that count measure number 3, D minor. So then it says G above the G, right? So you might say, why don't we play B flat in left hand? Because key signature requires us to do B flat. Now, in a chord symbols, every chord responsible for its own key. If you read F major, you need to remember whatever key signature you have in F. When you do G minor, you have to remember whatever it will be in G minor. Doesn't matter what key signature says. In a first measure, when we have B flat with G minor, again we don't count incomplete measure. So second measure as a G flat, G minor. You need to do B flat, regardless you have it in a key signature or not, because G minor thread required to have minor third, that's why you're getting B flat, and the major third, which is D. But in the measure number 3, we have D minor, and then G. Capital letter G indicates major thread, so you stay away from the B flat, because my G major thread required you to have major third, which is 4 half steps, and minor third, which is 3 half steps. Doesn't matter. The chord symbols, when it goes above the melody, you have to read every chord by its own key signature. And G major, if you would think as a G major has F sharp, but we don't have F sharp present of the F sharp inside of the root position. And then continue. Now second line start with G minor. Here we are again. You need to do the G minor triad, which has the B flat inside. Now we have A major, second measure on the second line. You might say, we don't have C sharp, right? But for playing A major thread, you're required to do C sharp in the middle. Doesn't matter if you have it in a key signature or not. Key signature doesn't have C sharp, but for playing A major thread, you need to do the C sharp. A, C sharp, it's a major third. C sharp, E, it's a minor third. Melody with the chords. I will be playing again from the beginning. Oh, sorry. So this was first example of the harmonization, and the second example we have number 2. Now everything what you have, including the bass clef, please try to play with right hand. When it merging from treble to bass clef, still continue playing with right hand and put the chords on top. Now all of them, like we have the majors and the C minor. Now I want you to pay attention on the measure number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th measure, the plus next to G. I hope you remember what does it mean. The plus next to any letter indicates augmented. If you remember the structure of the augmented, it's a major third, 4 half steps, plus another major third, 4 half steps. So I was playing the C augmented, but here it requires us to do G augmented, and the augmented G will be G, B, and D sharp. 2 major thirds. So playing from the beginning. Doesn't matter if I have E flat in the key signature, I have to do the minor C, which has the E flat. And then, now augmented G. All of them are in the root position. Now C minor. D major. So playing the number 2 again, all with one hand with right hand while playing the chords in the left hand. And when it merges from treble to bass clef, please continue playing with one hand because your left hand is occupied with playing the chords. I think that was it for the week 9. Yes. This was all. Now for the exam week, as you remember, we're signing up all of them, all coming. Half of the class coming on Monday, half of the class coming on Wednesday. So right now we can keep the same order what we had during the first exam. Some of you already staying online, so you need to just record all of it what you have during the test. But yeah, we had on Monday Brock, Ian, Tacey, and Wednesday Sarah, Alexis, Zachary. Those who are still coming face to face, they can't stay on the same schedule. Again, Monday Brock, Ian, Tacey, and on Wednesday Sarah, Alexis, Zachary. This was the 1150-001 section. And 1150-003 section, last time on Monday we had Clyde, Andrew, and Allison. So, and on Wednesday we had Sydney, Nathan, Patricia. If you want, you can come in the same order, or you can come at one day. We'll see how many people can take a test, and if someone wants to go to the next day, we can do that as well. I mean, we have to play with current situation. Thank you. That was the week 9 for the group piano 1.